We all know that one person who doesn't freeze when a crisis hits. When an appliance breaks, a sudden financial emergency drops out of nowhere, or a room dissolves into a massive emotional conflict, they don't panic or spiral. Instead, they quietly step in and start moving. They're the ones everyone calls at 2 a.m. because they always have an answer, a tool, or a backup plan. To the outside world, this level of constant reliability looks like a gift. But psychologically, knowing how to fix everything is a heavy, deeply complex trait. The brain of a chronic problem solver operates on a completely different frequency than the average mind. They don't see chaos as an emotional crisis. They see it as a mechanical checklist. But what exactly forces a human mind to inherit the responsibility of saving the world around them? Today, we are going to dive into the deep, hidden psychology of people who know how to fix everything, and look at the unspoken reality behind the fixer's mind. 1. An internal locus of control. The first major driver behind a fixer's mindset comes down to a concept developed by psychologist Julian Rotter, known as an internal locus of control. The average person often exhibits an external locus, meaning, when things go wrong, they feel helpless to outside forces or wait for someone else to step in and save them. But a fixer is biologically and psychologically incapable of waiting. Their brain operates on the fundamental, absolute belief that their personal actions directly influence the outcome of reality. If a pipe leaks or a system collapses, sitting still triggers intense mental friction. Their brainstem treats inactivity as a physical threat, forcing them into immediate, decisive action, because, in their mind, if they don't step up, nobody else will. 2. Reward sensitivity and dopaminergic repair. From a neurological perspective, fixing things is a highly addictive process for the human brain. Chronic problem solvers possess an amplified reward sensitivity tied to the concept of repair and closure. When a fixer encounters something broken, whether it's a car engine, a computer code, or a disorganized schedule, it creates an unresolved loop in their prefrontal cortex, throwing their brain into an uncomfortable state of cognitive tension. The exact moment they locate the root cause and snap a solution into place, their brain releases a massive wave of dopamine. This isn't just relief, it's a profound neurological high. Over time, their subconscious learns to actively hunt for problems just to experience the satisfying chemical reward of solving them. 3. Traumatic intelligence and survival adaptation. But here is where the psychology of a fixer takes a darker turn. Extreme competence is rarely born out of an easy life. In developmental psychology, research shows that the impulse to fix everything often traces directly back to early childhood environments where stability was entirely missing. Perhaps they grew up in a household characterized by emotional volatility, financial insecurity, or unpredictable parental behavior. To survive, their young brain had to develop what psychologists call hyper-awareness. They learned to scan environments for micro-expressions, ambient tension, or subtle shifts in behavior to fix problems before they exploded into a crisis. As adults, their extreme competence isn't just a practical skill. It is a deeply ingrained neural defense mechanism designed to keep chaos at bay. 4. High tolerance for ambiguity. When a situation falls apart, most people experience an immediate cognitive overload because they cannot handle the unknown. Psychologists measure this through a trait called intolerance of ambiguity. People who panic need immediate, clear answers, and when they don't get them, they freeze. Fixers, however, possess an extraordinarily high tolerance for ambiguous chaos. When a completely unfamiliar problem presents itself, their amygdala doesn't flood their system with fear. Instead, their brain categorizes the confusion as an intriguing puzzle. They are entirely comfortable walking into a broken, messy situation with zero instructions, relying completely on their spatial and systemic fluid intelligence to figure out the rules of the game on the fly. 5. The burden of the savior complex. While being a fixer makes you incredibly useful to society, it carries a severe psychological tax known as the savior complex. Because your worth has been tied to your utility for so long, a dangerous cognitive distortion begins to form. You start confusing being useful with being valuable. A chronic fixer often sublimates their own emotional needs, health, and personal goals to carry the weight of everyone else's problems. They overextend their boundaries, stepping into situations that aren't theirs to solve, often resulting in quiet, profound burnout. Their constant fixing can even serve as a subconscious distraction technique. By focusing entirely on repairing the external world, they safely avoid looking at the unresolved internal patterns sitting quietly within their own mind. Knowing how to fix everything is a masterclass in human resilience, adaptability, and high executive function. It means you have transformed past chaos into an absolute shield of practical capability. But true emotional maturity means recognizing that you are a human being, not an emergency response unit. You do not owe the world a solution to every crisis, and your value doesn't evaporate the moment you choose to put your tools down. Sometimes the most profound, truly unstoppable thing a fixer can do is step back, let the pieces fall where they may, and realize that the only life they are truly responsible for repairing is their own. If you are the designated fixer in your circle, and this breakdown finally put your silent struggles into words, hit the subscribe button so you never miss our weekly dives into human behavior. Share the most complicated problem you've ever had to figure out on your own in the comments section below. I am genuinely curious to read your stories. Click on the video appearing right now on your screen to continue upgrading your mind and understanding the hidden layers of psychology. Stay self-reliant, look after your own peace, and I'll see you in the next one.